guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Control Alt UN podcast, aka the K1 podcast. My name is Juanita Ndugi, and I am your host for today. I am here with my co-host. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Amanda Ngala.
All right, and today we are going to be talking about the preparation for second mock debates.
Yay!
So I am going to invite our guests to introduce themselves, and so that we can kick off this conversation.
Hi guys, it's your guy Devlins, a proud Kimuna.
Hello everyone, Otada Oma.
Hi, I'm John Mark from ILC.
Hi everyone, Sarah Kitanga Ibiru.
Okay, so as you've heard from all our guests, they are members of K-Moon, so we're just having them give us a little bit of what is expected from second mock debate, and I am going to start with John Mark. He's the representative for ILC, and if you did not know, second mock debate, the theme is usually based on the International Law Commission, so that is why he's going to be on the spotlight today to tell us a little bit about what inspired the theme for second mock debate, and just give us a little bit on that.
Yeah, so the topic for mock debate, especially for International Law Commission, is sea level rise in relation to international law. We chose this topic because it is no longer a growing concern. It's a matter of urgency that this be addressed, especially with the effects of climate change and the receding sea level. As we find it in various instruments like the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, that because of the sea level rise, there is a geographical change in terms of territory, and that will also impact statehood, and also the rights of human rights in terms of climate refugees. I think climate refugees is an emerging term that was not anticipated by the 1951 Refugee Convention. So this topic makes us to think again about such things as statehood. Can there be a state without a territory? Or if there is a fundamental change in territory, can statehood persist in keeping with what we find in the Montevideo Convention? Then also, what about the rights of climate displaced people? The populations living in countries that are facing eradication by the sea level rise, like the island countries in Oceania and the coastal states. So that is what informed the theme for second mock debate.
All right, amazing insights. You're preparing for second mock debate, ensure you, what should I call it? What's that word? The word is running away from me, basically. But ensure you just apply what he has talked about. So next, I am going to ask, we have two members of, do I say the dais? Okay, no, but we have a member of the UN dais and a member of the ILC Bureau who are going to talk to us about the expectations that they do have for the delegates, for the commissioners of second mock debate. So over to you, Sarah.
Okay, thank you. So, onto the General Assembly. Let me clarify that we have three different sessions. We have the position paper writing, which each delegate who will be participating is required to write a position paper. Kindly remember that the deadline is November 9th, which is this coming Sunday by midnight. Also, a disclaimer, if you do not write the position paper, you are not eligible for awards. So kindly, let's do our research. Let's craft very, very nice position papers that even the chairs will be reading and smiling. I mean, also, now onto the D-Day. Kindly, we want to see delegates who are active in the committee rooms. We want to see delegates who have researched about the positions of their countries, who know what they are coming to defend, what they are coming to challenge from other countries. And let us all work together for a better future. So, as I've always said in my committee, UN Women, let not your placard settle. Anytime, motion raising, GSL, I know the G members understand. GSL, let your placard be on top. Actually, confuse those chairs. Let them wonder, who am I to pick? That's the thing. Placard is ikae chini. Last but not least, also during the unmoderated caucus, let's be active. We want to see delegates being active in creating these resolutions. Be very active. And lastly, as I've always said, it's never that serious. Please have fun, make friends, make connections, and also keep time. Let's be punctual on the D Day. Yes.
And write Gossip Girls. All right, over to you, John Mark.
So for the commissioners, especially for this second mock debate, we have a lot of expectations based on the amazing numbers we received from the draft articles that were submitted. Unfortunately, there's a deadline for submission already passed, but there is also the special assignment for those who also want to take part in it, but are not well acquainted with how to write a draft article. Now on the day for mock debate two, as always, we expect commissioners to be donned in dark suits, not green or white or pink or whatever,
Maybe blue, black.
but those dark suits that makes you look like a commissioner in the International Law Commission. Now, especially for the topic and what the commissioners will be presenting at the plenary, it's always a bit more specific in terms of the recommendations they give and the principles they pass in the second reading.
Yeah.
So the general idea is that the ILC's object is to promote the progressive development and codification of public international law. So those are the kind of recommendations that we are going to expect, but more specifically, recommendations that are workable and achievable in keeping with the issues they discussed in the draft article. That is that answers the question on sovereignty, climate change, and human rights considerations in keeping with the theme for the mock debate too. So it's always we expect commissioners to be very intentional in terms of how they give their legal reasoning, but also balancing that with diplomacy and negotiation in coming up with the principles in the second reading. Actually, what the General Assembly call the unmoderated caucus. So we also expect them to continue that team spirit and negotiating skills and coming up with the good principles for second mock debate.
Amazing. Okay, and my next question is still towards you guys. So, what do you intend to achieve using second mock debate with regard to international law and diplomacy?
Okay, thank you. Our main aim as the General Assembly, or rather, and the UN Women, is to have the delegates engage in a very thought-provoking conversation that will help them spike more onto how the law, justice, and culture intersect. We want to have our delegates speak out their mind, get to know, yes, there is sovereignty, there is culture. How do you get to balance the two?
All right.
Okay, I will start by saying that in ILC, our expectations are high because of the strong impetus we received from mock debate one, and also by the draft articles we received for second mock debate. But as it is, the International Law Commission plenary is bespoke specifically for encouraging research and presentation skills through the first reading, and also diplomacy through the rules of procedure, because those rules are meant to provide a fair level ground for all commissioners to speak. Also, ILC for this session is commissioner centered in that it is the commissioners who run the plenary. So a motion cannot be passed without involving the commissioners, or we can't move to the next stage without the commissioners. So it is the commissioners who move these motions, and it is them who pass the motion. So in short, the commission is not complete without the commissioners. So through that, we encourage research through their presentation skills, the plenary, and also we intend to achieve workable solutions, or the general object of the ILC, that is the progressive development and codification of international law through the recommendations and the principles that are going to be passed by the commissioners themselves.
All right, so amazing insights.
Those who've had this, who are going to listen to this podcast before second mock, we've given you Kenya. So remember to apply those things in your resolutions and in your simulations. So I'd like to ask the guests your past experiences with second mock debates. Maybe you can start with Devlin.
All right. It's funny how my first event in Kimun was a second mock debate. Yeah, that is the 22nd session at the Easter Valley Road. I was under UNEP committee representing South Sudan as my country. For first timers, I would say I did my best because it was the first time I had not done any training, but at least I just got a template to copy in terms of what to write in a position paper. And looking back at my laptop some time back, together the rest of the position papers I've written, I was not badly off. But one thing with second mock is I would say it's one of those events in Kimun that will challenge you as a delegate, especially for me who was in the General Assembly, to do better, to want to learn better, research, watch documentaries and things of alike. But also at the same time, I think all mock debates and even Kimun events have been able to network, make friendships. The last year's second mock debate hosted in Kenyatta University, I was in the protocol conference. I won the best protocol member. So looking forward to winning the best protocol member. I'll try my best. Yeah, but when it comes to our delegates, I'll say just best preparation at least helps you have confidence in what you're going to present in that room, as well as even if you're an observer, that is not time to get in the event. We're going to SIU. If you know, SIU gives the vibe 6-7, So just make sure you get there. It's not an aspect of you going to take pictures or hang around because you're giving us a hard time as protocol. So that's part of our expectation. Stick to your rooms. Yes, but at the same time, as we stick to our rooms, let's be there presently. I know SIU has like free internet. Don't be on TikTok. Listen through people's thought when we are drafting a resolution paper per blocks in the afternoon. Engage actively, observe or not, because there is no limit to it. It's just that your name won't be there because you don't have a country you're representing. Yeah, that was my experience. It was so good. I can't wait for USIU, what it has to offer. Yes.
Tado?
I will say for me, it's been a very wholesome experience. I have been a delegate, a chair, a delegate again, and I mostly dedicated my time to the GA. And the mock debates have been really interesting, in particular the second mock debate, because it's usually the most packed during the session. In terms of awards, I will say I've managed to get a few awards during my time in GA, both as a delegate and as a chair. As a delegate, I managed to get special mentions. Coincidentally, all of them were from a second mock debate. First mock debate, I don't know, should I go my moment to shine.
Yeah.
Then as a chair, I have won best committee. And I have a medal for best bureau member from the second mock debate in the 23rd. Yes, and at conference we were best committee in crisis. Yeah. So that has been my experience in GA. It's been one of a kind, I would say. And I'll be very sad to leave it. So, yeah.
Okay, mine is a bit different because I've been in ILC for the longest time. I've been in KMN, but many people don't know that my first encounter with KMN was in GA, although I was an observer. But my experience in the second mock debate, the up and coming one, also reminds me of the 24th session second mock debate because it was also on the law of the sea. Now, again, we have law of the sea in second mock debate. So it's something that I'm looking forward to, especially the reasoning of the commissioners during the plenary. Although I'm not going to be in the quorum, but I'll be very keen to listen in to what the commissioners have to say in relation to this topic, especially law of the sea. So It's going to be an amazing plenary for us as ILC.
Okay, so my first experience with second mock, or rather mock debates. So let me say this to the delegates. If you're doing this for the first time, please know that you might feel a bit intimidated. But don't let that take over. Because I'm telling you, the first time I walked into that room, actually, it was not the first, because it was second mock, but 24th session. And you're seeing people, actually, I don't know why I felt intimidated. It's because they were all dressed in suits. Came here and you'll just attend an event and people are well dressed in official. Yes, you're also in well dressed, but someone asks you a question, which country are you representing? And you're like, please do not feel intimidated. Let that actually spike more energy in you because you have to counter that person. Well, I must say, I also simulated under UN Women General Assembly. I've been in General Assembly all through, and I won the most diplomatic delegate. So, for the delegates in the General Assembly, kindly research, just research, be confident. Once you're given that opportunity, speak up. It's your time. Don't let anyone tell you anything. It's your time. Actually, let me give you a short story. During First Smoke this session, I met a delegate and they're like, "Oh, you're the co-chair, current co-chair of your union." I'm like, "Yeah." "You once represented Chile." I'm like, "Yes." "Wow, you scared us with your POIs." I mean, well, it was like, no, don't fear me as the chair, as the co-chair right now. But yeah, send all those POIs. Question, but question reasonably. Don't just question for the sake of it. Yeah, and above all, have fun. I'll repeat that again and again. Have fun. Thank you.
All right, so we have heard from all the experiences. Maybe even Amanda. She was part of G at some point. So I'm going to invite her to give us her experience with second mock debates.
Second, the first second mock debate I attended was in the 23rd, 20? No, actually it was on the 24th session, the 23rd session. I was supposed to attend to represent UNHCR, but something came up, so I didn't attend it. 24th session, that's the time I was sworn in as Deputy Communications Director. So that is what I remember for second mock. But the other mock debates, they were amazing. I think those people who've been in GA, you don't save people by their actual names, you save them by the country name. So, yeah, that was an interesting experience. I just encourage delegates to outstand themselves and show out. Fake it till you make it. That's the simplest thing I can tell
Let
you.
me also add something. Now, as a co-chair, I feel like delegates tend to fear the chairs and the co-chairs. Please, we are human beings. We won't eat you. I do. So do not fear. Ask for clarifications. Shoot all those points of inquiries so that you're able to get the flow of what is happening and you're able to take part in the committee room as well as you can. Yeah.
All right, amazing. We have heard from all of us. Oh, yeah,
I just
Otanis
wanted
wants
to
add
say something that Amanda reminded me of. Most of the times when you are a chair, you have delegates coming in and they are so disoriented and so tense that they get to the podium and they can't even speak. It is those moments that I think you realize that each person has a very long journey ahead of them when they join K-Moon. And you sort of see yourself in them sometimes. And so most of the times it's not really recommended, but I do this personally as a chair whenever I'm chairing. Whenever you notice that your room is in disarray, that is, they're kind of emotional or they are tensed, just loosen up a bit, be a bit informal for a few minutes, let the room get to know each other, exchange pleasantries, and then you can begin the formalities. I found that helped me a lot as a chair, not only in terms of managing the committee well, but in terms of managing the discussions, managing the relationships within the committee, such that everyone had mutual respect for each other, and there was a lot of objectivity in what we were doing during that particular day. So that is probably a pointer I will put out there for anyone interested in GA. Always have the audacity and do not be afraid to make those mistakes, because those people who are there as DIAS members or as protocol are there to help you.
Mm.
All right, so we have heard from all our guests, all the experiences with Second Milk. As you heard, this is an event that is waited for with bated breath. So guys, sign up, register. We are waiting to have you. Also, I was told to mention this in this particular podcast. This session, at the end of the session, we'll be having a K-Moon magazine, and we're going to be inviting all members of K-Moon to contribute towards it. So if you are planning to contribute towards it, please, I've been told to emphasize on this. Come dressed sharply in order for you to have your photos taken, to be placed, just beside your contribution towards the magazine. Otherwise, that is it from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment about your past experience with K-Mon or what you're expecting from the DIAS and the ILC, and even ICJ, even if they're not here, they're represented somehow. So yeah, just make sure you leave that comment and like and subscribe to this podcast, or follow us if you're on Spotify. And yeah, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.